When you think about high-tech industries, farming probably isn't the first thing that pops into your head. But what if I told you that one of our oldest, most essential professions is getting a serious 21st century upgrade? Today, we're digging into the quiet revolution that's turning fields of soil and seed into fields of data.
Okay, I'm gonna throw a number at you. 15. That's it, just 15. On its own, it doesn't mean much, right? But stick with me here, because that one little number, it represents an absolutely massive leap forward in how we grow our food.
So what's the big deal with 15? 15 minutes. That is how long it now takes for a single drone to spray an entire 1.8 hectare rice paddy. I mean, just think about that for a second. A task that used to mean hours of backbreaking work for a farmer can now be done in the time it takes to drink a cup of coffee. This isn't science fiction, folks. This is the new reality of farming. And that kind of efficiency, well, it's more than just a time saver. It signals a really fundamental shift. Farming is moving beyond centuries of tradition and gut feeling, the kind of knowledge passed down through generations, and into a whole new era driven by machine intelligence.
And that's really the heart of it all. This isn't about replacing farmers with robots. Not at all. It's about empowering them, giving them new tools. All that priceless generational experience is now being supercharged with powerful hard data.
So you're probably wondering, how on earth does a drone pull this off so perfectly? It looks pretty simple, right? Just a little machine buzzing over a field. But trust me, underneath that simple exterior, there's an incredible, invisible network of technology making it all possible.
It really boils down to 5 key layers of tech, what the experts call information and communication technology, or ICT. The easiest way to think of it is like a tech sandwich. Each layer has to work perfectly with the others. You need hyper-accurate positioning, constant communication, a brain in the cloud, sensors to see the world, and finally, AI to make the whole thing sing. So let's start with that first layer, the foundation, positioning. The magic ingredient here is a technology called RTK. And honestly, the best way to describe it is GPS on steroids. It takes the standard satellite signal your phone uses, and in real time, it corrects all the tiny errors to become mind-bogglingly accurate. And just how accurate are we talking about? Well, look at this. Standard GPS can be off by several meters. In a field, that means you could easily waste fertilizer or miss entire rows of crops. But with RTK, we're talking about an accuracy of around 2 centimeters. That is insane. It means every single plant can get exactly what it needs, no more, no less. Okay, so the drone knows exactly where it is. Now it needs to talk and listen, right? It's in a constant two-way conversation. It's getting its flight commands over the radio while at the exact same time it's beaming a stream of data, like its flight path and how much it's sprayed, up to the cloud over 4G or 5G. And that data is absolute gold for analysis later on. Now, we've been focusing on this one drone, but I want you to zoom out with me for a minute. A truly smart farm isn't just one cool piece of tech. No, it's a whole connected ecosystem where every part of the environment is being monitored and managed. You've got data coming from the air, with drones checking on crop health. And you've got data coming from the ground itself, with tiny Internet of Things sensors measuring everything from soil moisture to pH levels. All of this information gets funneled into the cloud, where AI algorithms can find patterns and even predict what the farm will need next. This chart really lays out the difference perfectly, doesn't it? Decisions go from being based on intuition to being based on hard analytics. Resource use goes from blanketing a whole field to applying things precisely where they're needed. And monitoring, well, it goes from a farmer taking a walk to check things out to a continuous, automated stream of information. It's a total game changer. Okay, so this is all really cool tech, but let's get to the big question. Why should you care? I mean, you're not out there flying a drone, right? Well, here's why it matters to all of us. Because this intelligence, this data trail, it doesn't stop at the edge of the field. It follows the food all the way to our tables. What this tech creates is a completely transparent story for your food. From the moment it's harvested, every detail is logged. During transport, smart sensors make sure it stays at the perfect temperature. It even helps farmers sell directly to you online. And the best part, with a quick scan of a QR code, you could see the entire life story of the apple you're about to eat. How cool is that? So when you put it all together, what do you get? It's really a win-win-win scenario. We get safer food and the confidence of knowing where it came from. Farmers reduce waste and run more profitable businesses. And the whole system becomes more efficient and trustworthy. from the field right to your fork. Now, this vision of a fully automated, data-driven farm is powerful, but we're not quite there yet. It sounds great, but the path forward has some very real-world challenges that we still need to overcome. Let's be realistic for a second. Government regulations are still trying to catch up to the technology. Drone batteries still don't last all that long. You obviously can't fly in bad weather. And maybe the biggest hurdle of all, this stuff is expensive, and that initial investment is a huge barrier for many farmers. It's definitely not a one-size-fits-all solution, at least not yet.
But look, even with all those challenges, there is no doubt which way the wind is blowing. The momentum is undeniable. And the reason everyone is pushing so hard to solve these problems is because the end goal is so incredibly important: creating a food system that's smarter, safer, and more sustainable for every single one of us.
So, I want to leave you with this final thought. We've seen how farms are becoming these massive data-gathering operations. They're essentially turning into outdoor data centers. As that trend continues, and it will, what does that really mean for the future of food itself? It's a fascinating and frankly pretty wild question to think about.